this is how we see you from our point of view. You know, here we are with our great civilization, and well, here's what you are doing, which is essentially nothing, you know, until we showed up. So we will only tell the story from when we showed up, because that's the only relevant starting point. Well, I'm definitely interested in the artifacts themselves, but what's interesting is some of the narrative that's been told about the artifacts is a bit different from what I've read in other research and other books. For instance, a lot of it is some of the masks are being associated to spirits or witchcraft and so on and so on, when not all of it is like that. There are some that are like that, but not all of it is like that. But it's almost, what's interesting particularly is all of the majority of the artifacts are told from a Eurocentric point of view, from how they understood it, and it's not necessarily told from the perspective of from the Congolese explaining their own narrative. This is what we use. I think that the museum should be reconsidered significantly, and if it were an empty space with no artifacts in it and no historical narrative at all, that would be more useful than what it currently is.
Leopold manages to get that huge country because he has his representatives going to the villages, and they told the people, the White King, Leopold, will protect you if you sign this paper, if you sell your browns to King Leopold.
I didn't really know it was a post-colonial museum. I think that's kind of lost on a lot of people. People think, oh, it's a museum back Congo. So you're coming to view it in a particular light, and then you come there, you're like, oh, what's this propaganda about?
One where it was like a full length, like
A woman, innit?
No, it was two men. It was a full length Belgian man in like a robe, and it was half child size Congolese man, not child. It was a man, and he stated it was a man. And this is him showing how he's the savior. He's going to bring the food and the civilization, and he's going to make everything better. And I was like, oh, okay.
Again, you know, Belgium bringing civilization to Congo, it just all pandered to the powers of colonialism. And I think that's what it just tried to make colonialism look like a really good thing. And I didn't agree with that. I think the propaganda was quite obvious, and the fact that it's not really questioned, I think, by Belgian people, Western people globally, it kind of says a lot. The leopard guy standing over another Congolese in a very kind of predatory manner, I think kind of just further lends to the false claim of tribalism, Congolese versus Congolese, etc. I didn't particularly like it. I think it was something that was more created for kind of Belgian, European fandom of tribal myths, and there's this man in leopard's kid who runs around and does all these things in the middle of the night, etc. I wasn't particularly interested in it in a deeper kind of sense that I could connect to, but I think it meant more for Belgian people than it did for Congolese people.
I think there is a reason why, especially British history, when you're young, the only thing on the syllabus that is compulsory in history is World War II. But yet colonisation is not talked about. But how you can talk about World War II that lasted for 6 years, but colonisation that lasted for 60 years, you're going to completely not make that relevant in your syllabus. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's very telling of a lot of countries. They don't want to put their dirty laundry out there.
Who doesn't fantasize about back in the day when they were the most powerful, when they were at their greatest, even though their greatest was achieved by so many killings?
The very frustrating thing about this museum is that it shows too little. And that's why I say don't destroy it, because destroying it means that we won't know what we're hiding. And I think to me is what's hidden that's really, really frustrating, because I come a long way to see a lot and I feel like I didn't see enough.